Hello all. Sale Lewis LLC reporter Brian Lewis. Brian Lewis is the CEO, founder. Come on. Brian Lewis is the reporter, founder, CEO, security, anything and everything for Sale Lewis LLC. So, Saginaw County, Michigan, State Police of Michigan, any judge that may see this, you can go kiss our motherfucking ass. Because you are all worthless, stupid, son of a bitches, idiotic people. And at least Michigan is the number 3 worst Democrat shithole in the whole USA upon the last report, because that was before Trump had went into places like California, and it's Oregon and Washington D.C. and all that with the National Guard and basically everything else that he did, just to get rid of the fucktard idiots. Or sorry, the illegal aliens that had illegally entered the country. So that means that they were breaking the USA law. And once you break a USA law, if you're on a visa or whatever, you get deported. So basically all you libtard Democrats, feminists, whatever else, Me Too fucktards, that it would not like the actions of Trump trying to make us safer, you can kiss Sale Lewis LLC's ass in that aspect, because we will. Baby girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is baby girl. And I'm giving her a little walk. She has a sister, Bella. So, oh yeah, and baby girl here, or when my sister had first got her, whoever she had gotten baby girl from, do you know what baby girl's original name was? Isis. Which I think, well, she is a very, very hyper pit bull. So it's, if you don't like this, you get, well, I personally think that Isis would be a more proper name for baby girl, but that's my own personal opinion. But anyways, basically for all the idiots that don't like Trump's actions, he's making us safer. He is one person. He has a team of people that is trying the best that they can. Come on, baby girl. Baby girl, come on. That is trying the best that they can, like Gnome, and everyone else that is doing the best that they can to actually fix the Democrat problem, okay? So it is what it is. He will have to take very rough, mean, not nice actions against people. So, and if you don't like ice baby, but whatever. ICE is doing a reasonable job. I don't hear too many fuck-ups by them, but they are a law enforcement, but they're federal law enforcement, and they're not state or what the federal government would say local, or I should say low-tards, law enforcement. But anyways, ICE is doing a halfway decent job. I wish that they were to actually be able to do the daily numbers that they would need to actually be able to get all of the illegals out, which is, I think, about 21 or 22 million of them. Okay, but anyways, that's besides the point. And I think that at the time, which was a month or two back, they would need 30,000 aliens, or it's illegal aliens, deported per day for that. I think the max number that they got was like 500 or 1,000 of them, something like that. But I know that was before Trump had started going into the cities and states with the National Guard and all this fun shite like that. That it's, yeah. So those daily numbers might be going up. I hope they are. But that's my own personal opinion as a company and personally. So, and if you are a whatever safety area, I forget what it's called right off the top of my head, for the illegal aliens, stuff like that, like it's New York, California, Portland, and all them type shitholes, Democrat ran shitholes, like Detroit. I believe Saginaw, or I should say Saginaw, Michigan, or I should say what it's properly called in Michigan, Sagan Balls, Michigan. I think they're a safety area for illegals, I think, but don't quote me. But I would believe it with them being like the number 3 worst city in all of the U.S. or Michigan. But I think the stat had said all of the U.S. for danger, rapes, murders, etc., etc., etc. And the number 1 is Detroit. But I think it's Detroit. But I know Michigan had 2 of the top 5 cities in it for its being the most dangerous. But I think Detroit was number 1, but don't quote me. So yeah, Michigan is not a safe state. Michigan is the number 3 worst Democrat ran state. Obviously, with us having 2 of the top 5 worst cities in the whole USA, it would make sense that as Michigan is a Democrat shithole ran state. Obviously, we have Governor Whitmer, or Big Wit, or whatever her nickname is, or that Karenist feminist bitch, and basically taking away our rights. And yes, I'm going to offend a lot of people in this. I don't give a flying rat's ass fuck, because it's all freedom of speech and freedom of opinion. Saginaw County, City of Saginaw, Bay City, Michigan, Bay County, Michigan, State of Police, Michigan, and yeah, libtards, feminists, all you dumb fucks. And just so you know, the code MCL 750.411S is actually a lot of that, and most of that whole code for the MCL 750.411 is freedom of speech. But of course, that rule is basically commonly called in Michigan the general nuisance or something like that, but the troublemakers rule, and that's how they throw in Michigan troublemakers in jail, or it's people who speak out against the fucktard government. And well, Saginaw is one of those spots that the probation department, and it's Christina Rodriguez, which is a bitch, and she's only about 5'4". She looks like she looks like she's 50s, maybe 60s, but I know that she's short, 5 foot to about 5'4", or drives a older, like, Wrangler type vehicle, but whatever, it is what it is. She is the out of area, or it's out of district, whatever, probation officer in Saginaw County. She is a Karen, and she, if you target her, let's say target her, and targeting her in her way, in her definition, seeing anything bad about her, and basically showing where her public office is and her home office is. It would be doxing, and you can legally publish anyone who is a taxpayer paid, which is a teacher, administration office, any type in a public school system. Private is a little different, but still, public school system. Police, probation officers, judges for the federal, you cannot do. Baby girl. And judges at federal level, people who are elected at the federal level, you cannot dox them. And that goes against federal rules, federal laws. So be careful with that. So I would have to assume that it's since I know Michigan is a abortion rights allowing fucktard shithole, and a Democrat shithole of the United States of America, which is the world's Karens. Just ask any European, or I should say, just ask anyone that would be from not the United States of America on that. We Americans are considered to be the world's Karens. White liberal bitches, or Karens. Of course, that's because we stand up for our rights. We fight for our rights, and we're willing to die for our rights. Okay? But that's the American way. Thank God for that. And I have to say thank God for our founding fathers, basically instilling that from us, from the tyrannical British government, and which the current UK, or English, or it's England, or its British government, is basically saying that I would be thrown in jail for this. I'd be thrown in jail for the means that it's the company posts. So yeah, let's just put it that way. We'd be in jail. We'd be in prison for 5 to 10 years, I think. I think it's 5 to 10 years because in the UK, rapists get out sooner than people who would hurt anyone else's feelings or speak against the government. And, well, they call themselves a democracy. But, of course, I think they might be that technically, because they actually, but I should say the USA wants to be like them. It's a democracy. Sorry, it's my English isn't the best, isn't the greatest, because I have a little bit of a stutter, A. And B, I've had some brain damage from the FDA, CDC shit meds that has caused massive problems for me. So it's life, and I'm trying to get better, okay? But it is what it is. So just deal with it. And with saying this, is the face to deal with it. And if you don't like it, don't follow me. And you can stop listening to this right here, right now. Because I don't really give a flying rat's ass fuck. Because we at C.L. Lewis LLC are here to speak the truth at all costs, including our own lives. So if you want to kill us for it, come after us. Try to kill us. And you can just straight out kiss our motherfucking ass. That goes for the police too. If the police violate my rights, we will eliminate them off this planet. If they do something wrong, we will die protecting ourselves. So let's just put it this way. That's a warning, not a threat, you dumbass motherfucking idiots that are Democrats and or Saginaw County fucktards. Oh yeah, speaking of Saginaw County, Michigan, City of Saginaw, Michigan, we are also stating right now on video that there was a incident or a event at our company property on Eaton Street. That's all I'm saying. That the neighbor threatened us, and one of the employees or the CEO had to defend himself because the neighbor snapped at a distance. We had heard the neighbor snap, as in go nuts, crazy, and it's unpredictable. Okay, so let's just put it this way: we had heard that, and so basically, since we were working on the property, and we were just trying to, get something up for a barrier or something to show what a federal trespassing charge would be, and knowing that we have a old bitch ass careless lady that I don't think should be driving and probably should be in a nursing home, continuously taking property and stuff off of our property at C.L. Lewis LLC on Eaton Street in Saginaw, Michigan. But anyways, he had came up to me, or the CEO, and he had threatened me. And then he snapped when he was by his kids. 2 kids. One daughter looked like she was between 10 and 13 years old, and a son that, to me, it looked like 8 to 11 area. So young kids. And then he walked back over to where they were standing, and they didn't see the pocket knife that he had pulled open, running at me after he had snapped. But he bent over, and the words that I did hear, the tone and the way that his body changed, and everything like that, let's just put it this way: he snapped, he went nuts, he went crazy, and then he turned around. His eyes changed, his body everything changed. So I knew he had snapped, and I was correct in that, and we were correct, basically pulling out the hatchet, which is let me switch, which is this thing, or it's something out for defense. It was down on our side, arms straight, and waiting for him to attack. Okay, so basically, yeah, and that was in City of Saginaw on Eaton Street, on the public sidewalk of the property that it's C.L. Lewis LLC owns. So we had the axe in our hands, not raised. We just stood there. Of course, since we've looked up self-defense rules, and since we know what it'd be like for basically everything and for basically everything that it would be like for the self-defense to not be valid, okay? And just to where someone can say that we became the aggressor, okay? So with saying that, we did not do that. We stood there until he became a threat, a close, viable threat to us, okay? We did that. We stood there. We could have struck him in the neck or any part and killed him dead in front of his kids if we wanted to, as a company or a person that was defending themselves and the property. And note, Sale Lewis LLC basically gives each employee or employee and or 1099 worker permission to kill anyone on the property, that if it's the public part or if it's the private part of the property, in self-defense, if they but if they are threatened and or if someone is threatening the property, okay? We give them full permission to straight out kill them in basically in a cold blood self-defense. That is the company's policies. Sale Lewis LLC is not a kiss-ass, suck-dick, pussy-eating company. We are the ones that speak out, speak the truth. Or we are the smaller version of a OMG Media or a Alex Jones and the InfoWars type company, okay? So let's just say with that, we are that type of a company. So we will piss off anyone that it does something wrong when we publicly point it out, okay? And that self-defense time that the CEO had to defend himself, defend the property, well, that is probably or could be maybe a charge for the assault with a deadly weapon. Although we did not assault anyone, we could have straight out killed them and basically what would be called cold blood self-defense. And we probably could have made that sidewalk a red river of his blood in one strike. And we know every single spot in the body where it's one strike and you're dead. And you'll just bleed out. And well, we would not call the cops. We would just let him lay there. If we would have struck him. And we could have struck him at will with a dull hatchet. But we didn't. Even though he did, yes, have a open pocket knife on us, running at us with a knife going up, and basically like how the guy would have been stabbing us. So we could have struck him, but we didn't. Let's say this, niceness came out, okay? Our niceness came out, and basically with saying that our niceness comes out, we will not strike you as hard or we will not strike you at all unless we are in the right and we can do it in one blow and kill you. And we could have, but the dumbass, fat ass, a hair shorter than 6 foot, Niebuhr, dumb fuck, and which is a government kiss ass. Recently divorced, lost a couple of his kids and stuff like that to his ex-wife. But anyways, he had stopped. So, but if he would have continued forward, we would have just moved aside and struck him. And this is for the CEO's defense. We're making it public. So basically, so if the city of Saginaw, Michigan, or this, or the Michigan State Police sees this, hears this, which I know you will, because the plan is to put this thing on YouTube and Rumble and basically any other social medias, including the Russian version of YouTube, so everyone can see this. So you can throw me in jail or try to throw me in jail, or it's the CEO in jail. And so you can try what you want to try with that shit, but you cannot shut us up. So, and well, that was the whole point of this walk talk. And note, this is, I believe today is 11/16 Sunday, but I know today is Sunday. And well, all this nice little wooded area that you see is the area that we are presently temporarily in right now. But we probably will be putting in a something for the self-defense fund that is C.L. Lewis LLC that's put up for the owner, but no, sorry, it's not owner, but it's CEO and founder of C.L. Lewis LLC. So, yes, we will fight. We will not be nice about it, and you can go kiss our motherfucking ass if you don't like it. So we don't really give a care, and we don't care. We will fight to our death. So, we can't go right now. There we go. Interesting. As you can see, that green sign right there is Genesee County. So I must have crossed into different county walking. It's just a hair south of where, or south I think it is, of its where we live. I didn't realize that we're that close to the border for the counties. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I don't know what county I'd be in right now, but I don't really give a care. Also, since we're complaining about the shithole counties of it's Michigan, and come on, baby girl. And since we're complaining about the shithole, number 3 worst state in the whole USA, in this video, which is right now 29 minutes, come on, baby girl, we're walking. But let's get on Bay County and Judge Kilda, Kilda. Kirk Brian Lewis, basically who lives at 3166 Edison Drive, Bay City, Michigan, 48706. I believe 48706 is a zip over there. Basically threatened the owner, sorry, it's not owner, but it's founder of C.L. Lewis LLC, in breaking and entering into the place that it's the CEO was renting, and then in turn had threatened the company C.L. Lewis LLC. So it's, come on baby girl, we're walking. And so basically, let's say we're saying that Um, uh, and Brian Lewis, the CEO, had tried to get a ex parte PPO on Kirk Brian Lewis, and which is his father. He's about 79, 80 years old, gentleman that has a gun permit. He has 2 guns in Bay City. He also has a house in Leesburg. I believe it's Leesburg, but I know he lives on an old plantation in Florida. But I think it's Leesburg, and it's, don't quote me, because he's about an hour, give or take, out of Orlando, Florida. So come on, baby girl. So it's, yeah, and I don't know how many guns he has down in Florida. So with saying that, we have reported him to the Michigan red flag law, and just to basically help protect all of us, you know. So it is what it is. And then from there, we have actually, baby girl, come on, come here, you dumb fuck. We have to walk on the other side of the road, baby girl. And yes, baby girl right here. As you can tell, she is excited, and she's excited about the horsies over here. But anyways, we are, I should say, Brian Lewis was trying to get a ex parte PPO, and since all of the incidences or problems that had happened between Brian and Kirk was not documented by the police, the judge, and it's Judge Kilda, whatever, Kilda, Bay County Circuit Court, and they're on, and the court, and it's basically all of the Bay County courts is in the Washington Street building. District, circuit, family, probation, everything is basically over there. So, but anyways, and Kilda, or Kildy, however you pronounce his bullshit fucktard Democrat fucking name, I basically refused the ex parte PPO, okay? And now with saying that, we then, or Brian then, had Wentz called, but I should say, he had challenged it, and since he was unable to make the court date for that one, get over here! Move! You dumbass mutt! Sorry about that. Baby girl's acting stupid. And this is of course the first time that she has ever walked with me and walked this far. And she's the most hyper out of the 2 pits that, and basically that Brian and his sister has. So, yes, she's curious, and we're going to do a scorpion, and if she doesn't behave, we're going to do a scorpion get over here on her, just like what we've done before, to basically get her to behave. Get over here! And she needs to learn, but I know we can treat her nicely, as fairly as we can, and train her. So, and yes, a female can be trained or taught, whatever. If you trip me again, move, you dumbass mutt. Like I said, we are not one to fuck with for an animal or human. Point served. Point gained. Game over. But anyways, Bay County Circuit Court Judge Kilda, or Kildy, he or his staff and/or him refused to do a Zoom call hearing for the actual physical PPO. And well, with him doing that, of course, with the COVID problem that the world had, or the bioweapon that the USA, or it's Fauci and China had created to basically get rid of us, kill us, and or poison us even more. But whatever, that's a whole nother topic. With us having to go through that, they had actually went and basically spent a shit ton of money, and it's Zoom and Zoom technology, TV monitors, everything like that. And a lot of those judges suck at running it, and the rules are unrealistic because the St. Louis LLC has posted the rules several times now, between everything. So it is what it is, though. And well, he refused to have it be a Zoom meeting. But I know for Brian's safety, for the company's safety, for the company's property's safety, we don't feel safe going to Bay County at all because of Kirk Brian Lewis. And well, Kirk Brian Lewis has several million dollars in houses, properties, investments, and all that shit. So he is very, very well off. And well, he can pay anyone off. And I know, well, I'm estimating he's paid off judges before. So let's just put it that way. Let's say back in 2000, I believe in Gladwin County he's paid off a judge. But that's my own personal opinion. I don't know for a fact on that, but it is what it is. And then I know for a fact that he will try to run you over and kill you if he doesn't like you, okay? Because he did that to Brian's ex-fiance back 98, 99 area. And he did that back then. And he tried to run her over. And well, she was pregnant. And well, she miscarried because of that. Based upon her, Sabrina Alexander. That was in Roscommon County, Houghton Lake, Michigan. Or I should say, in one of the Houghton Lake, Michigan school district areas. I don't know if it was Pruneville or if it was Houghton Lake. Actually, and that because Houghton Lake's school district has 3 areas: Meredith area, Houghton Lake, and Pruneville. So, yeah. So, so it was in the Houghton Lake area or the Pruneville area of the 3 area school district. So it is what it is. That was done, I believe, at a movie theater parking lot. So, but whatever, it is what it is. That was like, let me think here, 25, that was about 27 years ago now. So I should technically have about a 27-year-old child. But it's because of Kirk Brian Lewis, I do not. But there's no cops called on that one. So, but it is what it is. So it's, if he did that with the vehicle, what would he do with the gun? Do you think he would come up to you and just try to shoot you with his dementia and or Alzheimer's type acting, which I think he has one or both. He's also a uncontrolled bipolar. He's not on medication. Last time I knew. So yeah, he is a danger to society. We do not feel safe. He has harassed us and everything. So this is for Bay County, and this is for Bay County, and it's Judge Kilda, and then the state police, Bay County Police, or Bay City Public Safety Police, or it's Bay City Police. It's Kirk Brian Lewis. Well, it needs to be taken care of. He needs to be disarmed. He needs to be forced into something for mental treatment, or forced onto something, I should say. But whatever, I can't force that because this is for everyone to know. We, as a private person or company or citizen, can make a report, complaint to the police. Police do their shit, and then it's from there we can actually talk to the prosecutor. Then it's up to the prosecutor, the head prosecutor, and then it's up to all of the minor, small bullshit prosecutors, or it's lawyers without souls. And no, a judge is a lawyer without a soul times about, say, at least 1,000, because he had to suck the dick of the devil, and he had to eat the pussy of Lilith, which is the devil's bitch ass wife. But whatever. And just to get to the spot where he is at. So let's just say we're saying that they're worse than it's just a simple soulless lawyer or kiss ass or pussy eater of the system. They are worse. Okay. But anyways, yeah, we don't feel safe actually even being in court around him, because once we leave the courts, we will have to maybe physically defend ourselves again, something similar to like what we almost had to do in full action in Saginaw County, or the city of Saginaw, on its Eaton Street. But the thing is, since we would be going, since we would be coming from a court building, you cannot have knives, weapons, hatchets, anything. But you can have these tactical gloves, police gloves, or it's military gloves. You can have them. But still, we would not be able to have anything in our hands unless we can turn a pen or pencil into a deadly weapon. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Also, this is for the general public's understanding. In Michigan, as probably all throughout the whole USA, that is anything can be a deadly weapon. Deadly weapon is a very, very general term. Hands, straight hands, or feet, knees, skin and bone striking a person can be a deadly weapon. Okay, pencil can be a deadly weapon. A pen can be a deadly weapon. Or one of those pieces of wood here, right there, can be a deadly weapon. Although it's not a deadly weapon, it is not a deadly weapon, technically. Because a deadly weapon is technically a knife, or it's something that is sharp, that is used in an offensive way. Not defensive, offensive way. I know in the USA, if you use anything in an offensive way, you will go to jail and you will go to prison. So it's kind of a bullshit fucktard system, dumbass system, that is corrupt, mean, and just wrong. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I have already said the CEO's views, opinions, and that's all they were. They were not threats. They were not threats. They were warnings, and they were explaining the legalities of what we can do in a defensive situation. Because if, let's say, someone breaks into your house, Michigan is a stand your grounds and castle doctrine state, okay? And that technically means you can kill someone if they're attacking you or if they break into your property or is trespass. You can technically kill them in cold blood. Or but that's what was stated before, or what was the statement? Cold blood defense, or something like that. We can do that legally. But we will go to jail. We have to fight the system. We have to spend 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever, thousands of dollars, lose our job, but you would lose your job probably because you won't be able to go to work, and you would be, it's just a lot of hassle, a lot of bullshit, okay? Because you did defend yourself. And now it's like states like it's New Jersey and New York is not stand your grounds. So that basically, from what I've been told by Tim Pool, that said that if someone breaks into your place, and this is like what Canada is, according to my sister's husband, according to what Canada is, that's where if someone breaks into your house, you have to leave. You basically have to let them loot your place, take everything, and you cannot fight back. You cannot approach them, or and basically, let's just put it this way. Let's say you have a wife or sister living with you. If the burglar is raping them, you cannot stop that rape. If you do, you go to jail for assault and battery, or assault with a deadly weapon, or something, aggravated assault, something, which are all very serious felonies for defending your family. So you have to look into that aspect of society too, okay, with stuff, okay. So over here, baby girl. And so you basically have to look into that type of situation when defending yourself, your property, your family, your friends, or it's even general public. So that basically saying, like in New York, if you see someone raping a lady on the bus or something, railway or something, anything in public, you cannot stop it, because then you can be held at fault for its any injury or its any intended or its unintended actions. Okay, so you have to be careful on the state in that. Or I think about half the U.S., half to 3/4 of the U.S. is a full stand your ground castle doctrine state, or is a part of that, or something similar to that. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. But I believe you still kill whoever trespasses on your property. I know for Saginaw City, Saginaw County, any of the neighbors on Eaton Street trespass and die. Police, ordinance people, anyone and everyone. So let's just put it that way: trespass and die, because that is in the Second Amendment, where we can defend ourselves, our property, and everything. As long as you don't go overboard. Okay? As long as you do not go overboard. And you have to look up, and there's a lot of lawyers that speak about what is going overboard. Okay? So you just can't go overboard. Okay? But it's stand your grounds. Self-defense. And no, in self-defense, you can do cold-blooded self-defense, or aka cold-blooded murder in defending yourself. Period. Thank you. This is Sale Lewis LLC's. Come on, baby girl. Walk talk here on a Sunday, which is going to be about 51 minutes of basically what we know on the legal aspects for a lot of different things, using a lot of different examples with everything here. Look this stuff up yourself and go from there. And basically, everyone has to do their own research, multiple sources, multiple search engines, and you usually have to go down 5 to 10 pages worth of its information just to see all of the possibilities. So that means like Yandex, which is the Russian Google, and that's better than Google itself, especially if you need to look up stuff that would not be liked in the USA. It's a simple question: how do you make an EMP? Well, it's kind of interesting as well. It's very, very simple of how you can make an EMP. Very, very simple. And if you type that into Google, based upon our search results, you get jack shit. You don't get anything that would be how you make it, the parts you need to make it. But on Yandex, you get the actual, but on Yandex, you get the actual physical, how you make it. And yeah, so you can see how you, let's say, can make a dangerous weapon, or that's if it's called a weapon, or something that the federal government would not like you having an EMP, or something like that. So you need to look at other options, other sites that will show you different things, stuff like that, and that you can get around some of the restrictions of that societal search spot of it's where its search engine is located. But that would be our recommendation, so you can see everything, okay? But yeah, it's just something simple like that. So do your own research, because you have to do your own research. So and since you have to do your own research based upon what everyone says, even a lawyer says, because lawyers will lie to you, okay? Lawyers have no soul. Even the lawyers that are in the defense and not the offense. Offense is the prosecutors. Defense is everyone else. So, yeah, it's one of those things that you can't even trust a lawyer completely. Oh yeah, and here's another side note, or note. If everyone were to take absolutely everything to trial for even a ticket, absolutely everything that would involve a police officer, if we all took it to trial, the courts would not be able to handle it. Or let's use an example here on that one. Let's say that everyone took their stuff to trial, right? It would be like how the Biden administration and the other Democrat administrations could not process all of the illegals, and they were just let go because the U.S. did not keep them in jail for whatever reason. because the system could not handle them. That just so if every single person, for every single traffic ticket, every single civil violation, absolutely everything, I mean everything, took it to court and fought it, the system would not be able to handle it. The the USA court system would not be able to handle it. So basically, we're saying that the system would collapse or break, and well, they would just eventually stop charging. They would stop doing the little bullshit that they do and that they get everyone on. But yet, most of society is too much of a pussy in fighting the system, and they are ran and controlled by fear. They are scared. While the founder of St. Louis LLC back in 2020 and 21 had that because, well, he was stupid, okay, and he regrets taking that plea that he did. That had put him on probation for 5 years. He got kicked off 2 years early, but with the additional jail time, year and a half early, because he was stupid, and it would cost him about $30,000, give or take, as about a year or two ago, just for him to get that charge taken off of his record, or it's removed, and just for the sheer cost, and then that specialty lawyer that would be dealing with that had told the founder of St. Louis LLC that it'd be up to a judge if he agrees with the experts. If he agrees. So you can basically spend $30,000, pay for the best of the best of the best of the best, lawyer and experts, and if a judge just says no, you lose. So that's how corrupt, or that's only part of how corrupt it is. And well, that's another note, I guess, for the general public. And then it depends, and if it's I should say, if you're a Republican or a MAGA, we are MAGA. St. Louis LLC is MAGA. The founder, Brian, is MAGA. So, but if you're MAGA and you're in a Democrat shithole, you will automatically lose. According to what lawyers had told Tim Pool, and which had some stuff for like its civil claims, and I guess that he wanted to do. And if you're a Democrat and if you're in a Republican state or a MAGA state, you will automatically lose, and then you'll get punished even harder. So I guess it comes down to fight the best you can, fight what you can, how you can. And if the only case scenario that you take something up the ass with a barbed wire bat, or I believe the Walking Dead and Deegan bat would be called Lucille, up the ass, around the corner, without lube and without a condom, you will have to do that. Or you'll be spending, let's say, 20 to 25 years in prison, just because you are a MAGA. Because they will punish you. And well, most of society, I should say, pre-16, and I know for sure 2020 and to now, is Democrat, libtard idiots. And well, And well, when you're a MAGA or a Republican MAGA, it takes it down to this. That it's you have to basically fight to your death. Fight until a cop, state or federal, whatever it is, puts a bullet to your head, puts a bullet through a organ that it kills you right away, puts a bullet into a vein that will kill you immediately. That is where most of society is. They are libtard, dumbass Democrats. Okay? So let's just say, well, I'm going to end it right there, because I'm way past what time I thought it would be, because it's about 1 hour and 1 minute right now. And with that last heads up there for what is needed for a MAGA person, and I would do that if I were you, because you better have the cops kill you, physically kill you, take you down and kill you, physically kill you, as in saying that you will be going to jail in a body bag, or the Morgan body bag, whatever it is, we have to do that now. Time for peace is over. Charlie Kirk was killed by the Democrats and a leftist. Time for peace is over. Time for war is here. Thank you, and enjoy your day. Like, share, subscribe, and donate to the funds that C.L. Lewis LLC has, because we use donations only to get paid. We do not depend on any type of advertising revenue from anyone, because we will not take money, blood money, let's say, and any money that it comes from society or whatever else like that, from taxes or whatever, is blood money. But anyways, have a nice day.